Hello, everyone. John Bruna here with the Daily Quote. It is such a joy to be back with you. I've been traveling and the last few days did not get to record. Yet fortunately, I have a little conference room I'm able to borrow and get back to our daily quotes. It really is important to me, and I do hope you find them helpful. Let's go ahead and get to the quote. People tend to give what they have if they have suffering, insecurity, or fear. That is what they have to offer. Likewise, if they have inner peace, love, and wisdom, they have inner peace, love, and wisdom available to offer. So important to remember. People tend to give what they have. It's hard to give what you don't have. And we can see it, right? We can see it in people when they are angry, when they're frustrated. Maybe they're yelling at us. And at that point in time, well, it's nothing to take personal. They are only sharing what they have. Doesn't mean we have to take it as well. We have good boundaries to set. But the point here is that we are much more capable of handling difficult situations with difficult people when we recognize they're just sharing what they have, as opposed to taking it personally. This really came true to my life many, many years ago. I used to be a school teacher, and my neighbor teacher, right in front of a whole bunch of students outside the classroom, just was yelling at me in anger. And, I was getting ready to defend myself and to yell back. And, I'm noticing all the students around, noticing how inappropriate the situation is. But he was yelling with such force and for such a lengthy period of time that I had time to just see that he was suffering. He's yelling at me because he's suffering. He is just caught up in that anger. And instead of yelling back, when he finally stopped, I was actually able to say, "I'm sorry. I can see that you're upset. Can we talk about this?" And it was quite a turnaround. The expectation I think he had was that I would yell back and we'd get in a confrontation. But when he heard that I said, "I am sorry," it disarmed him a bit. And he took a few breaths. We went inside to his classroom and we had a conversation. Turns out he was angry at a misperception, something that had not happened, that he thought had happened. And turned out we became really good friends over the years. And when he retired, he called me into his classroom, and it was just a real special moment. They wanted to take the time to appreciate the time that we shared together teaching students. And that was the big lesson for me, is when people are angry, when people are frustrated, when people are fearful, that's what they're sharing. And I kind of noticed that with myself when I'm irritable, insecure, and comparing myself to others. Well, I'm not sharing a lot of wisdom, loving kindness, compassion. I'm not connected very well. And I'm acting out of places of insecurity. So this lesson that happened to me way back when, that's probably around 2001, I guess, is to see that people are sharing what they have. And when I see people angry, frustrated, fearful, I know that they're suffering. And it allows me a much greater opportunity to engage with them more skillfully and really not take it personally. It's not about me. It's about their own struggle. And in this way, I've been able to really repair relationships, interact with others in difficult situations, finding a common ground. But also within myself to notice, what are my mental and emotional states? Am I coming from a place of suffering? Or am I coming from a place of love, of care, of compassion? And I find that when I come from that place, it can counteract even difficult people and situations in ways that have been meaningful and sometimes not so effective as well, but always a lot more skillfully than just sharing my own fear, insecurity, and anger. I get to respond with some wisdom and a little more skillfulness than I once had. So I invite you to not take things personally when other people are suffering. Just recognize they're suffering, and then maybe you'll have an opportunity to engage with them in ways that are healthy for you and potentially them as well. Hope you find this helpful. It certainly has served me well.